Deep Meditation with Bodhisattva Sri Swami Premodaya, recorded live in Los Angeles. Meditate on joy.
Everything that you do amounts to meditation. Whatever you focus on, whatever you concentrate on, whatever you give your energy to, whatever you think about is meditating upon it. Ordinarily, that's not the everyday understanding of meditation, but it's true. Most people are meditating on their problems. Most people are meditating on what they like or don't like. Most people are meditating on how to be happy, how to have a better life, how to make more money, how to get sex. So don't be confused. What you give your attention to is your meditation. Formal meditation, the practice of meditation, is an antidote for these involuntary meditations that people are always engaging in without realizing it. You get to focus on something different, something perhaps of your choosing. Everybody is searching for happiness, but most people are meditating on unhappiness. Most people's thoughts are concentrated again and again throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout their lives on what they don't like, on what's unsatisfactory in their lives, on what makes them unhappy. And then they wonder why things are the way they are, when they've been spending a lifetime meditating on unhappiness. Promoting thoughts and feelings and sensations of unhappiness, simply by dwelling on them, simply by anticipating, by imagining, by dwelling on, by focusing on, in the attempt to prevent or eradicate, but nevertheless, that's not the result. The result is you experience what you meditate on more and more. The more you meditate on it, the more you experience it, the more it comes to you. Because meditation, deep down, is an attraction mechanism. It's a magnet. Operates like a magnet. Where your attention goes operates magnetically. Most people's attention is on themselves 24 hours a day. What can I get? How should I feel? What do I want? The attention is all I. It's all self-focus. So everyone in that sense becomes their own meditation. They're meditating on themselves. But it's not a fruitful meditation. It's a meditation that only keeps a tiny focus. It doesn't usually bring anything. You become what you meditate on. You become what your attention goes to. You become more and more imbued with what your attention is focused on. And magnetically, it surrounds you more and more and even manifests more and more. So the search for happiness, people's focus on how to be happy, is actually practiced as thoughts of how unhappy they are. It isn't, how can I be happy? It's how can I stop being unhappy? Well, I'm unhappy about this and I don't like that. That didn't work out. And how come my wife left me and my job sucks and I don't have enough money and who's going to pay the rent and the kids are crying? That's most people's meditation. I wish life was better. That's most people's meditation. That's most people's focus. So you have to ask yourself, am I meditating on unhappiness? Am I meditating on what I don't like? Am I meditating on what doesn't work in my life? Am I meditating on what I don't have? With the effect being that I'll keep not having it. Because you're not really meditating on having it. You're meditating on how you don't have it. The way it's experienced is very significant. That determines the nature of the meditation. Most people do think negatively. I wish I had that. That's negative. The magnetic force of it is to not have it, to not be it, to not find it, to not attract it, to not become it. Most people's meditation is negative. So this is why in all spiritual traditions, without any exception, there's at least some kind of emphasis on the thinking process, on how one handles one's thoughts. Whether that's the primary focus or not the primary focus, every tradition has something to say about thoughts. Well, your thoughts are your meditation. It's for good reason that every tradition has something to say on that subject. And what most religions and most spiritual traditions say is nothing exists without a thought first. And there's no question that that's true. So if thought is the beginning of everything in this life, what kind of thoughts do you have? You have to ask yourself, what am I meditating on? What's my pattern throughout the day, throughout the week, of my internal dialogue, of the thoughts that pass through me, of where my attention is centered? You have to look with an honest eye at what you're meditating on. All the earnest meditation practices in the world won't take you far if the rest of the time you're practicing negative meditation day in and day out. People think it's what the world does to them. It's what other people and events in my life, what those influences have been, that's what shapes me. That's the common thought. This happened in my life, that's why it's this way. This person influenced me, that's why I'm that way. These influences are tiny, almost amount to nothing at all compared to the thought meditation of everyday life. You're really creating a reality. These influences are not big. The real influence on you is you. So if you're not happy with your life, put the credit where it belongs. You're the biggest influence on your life. Make no mistake about it. Nobody else comes close. No event, no circumstances of birth, no life story. Nothing influences you the way you do. And we think we have no control over that. Things just happen. We're constantly victimized. Constantly things aren't coming out the way we would like. And we think we're just sitting in the middle of it all happening. Not having any influence at all on what happens. This is one of the biggest self-delusions of all that almost all of us carry for a lifetime. So you have to ask yourself, what do I meditate on? You may think you're miserable because your spouse is not a pleasant person. The influence of that is tiny compared to what you're meditating on. You may think life is difficult because you don't have much education, you don't have much of an income, you hate your job. That has very little effect on you compared to what you meditate on. You have to ask yourself, am I meditating on my problems? Because if you are, you're magnifying them. You're giving them power. You're giving them energy. You're drawing them in closer to you. Now here's the big surprise. The natural state of mankind is meant to be that you meditate on joy. Everybody's trying to be happy, but the actual essence of what human happiness means, how it actually functions as a natural force, is more like joy, how we mean when we say the word joy, than how we mean when we say the word happiness. But even that has to be clarified. It's not what we might ordinarily think of. We think of joy as a little bit on the dramatic side, very ebullient, very strong, many rungs above happiness. Intense happiness we call joy. But the joy I'm talking about, the natural joy that is supposed to be the base of every life, is quieter than that. It's not the jumping up and down joy. It's more like a babbling brook than a river. It's more like bubbles than a stream. But believe it or not, that's the natural emotional state of mankind. if nothing were in the way of it, if culture wasn't influencing us, if we were somehow in our original condition, the main meditation, the main emotion, the main thing experienced again and again would be quiet joy. And everybody experiences it. A moment here, a moment there, in the great events, happy events of life, or quite accidentally, just finding oneself without even trying or thinking about it, relaxed and in a good mood, a kind of a experience comes up where there's felt to be bubbles of joy. Everybody has had this. Everybody has had a taste of it, whether a lot or a little. That's the natural state wafting through. When something makes you really happy, joyous, it isn't that that event made you joyous. It's that event threw you to your natural state. That event somehow opened something up so you could feel what's natural, what's already there, but covered over with 101 other things. Mostly because we're meditating on anything and everything other than joy, other than contentment. The joy I'm referring to is much closer to contentment than how we normally think of joy. It's more like a smile than like a belly laugh. That's the true and real base emotional condition of human beings. You see it the most clearly in certain animals. You see it absolutely clearly in dogs. You're meant to be more like the average happy dog. Your tail is meant to be wagging. Dogs don't have any block to that natural joy, and they're not necessarily jumping up and down, but they're always ready to wag their tail. They're always quick to be happy, quick to be influenced by something in a joyous way. That's the way you're meant to be. Dogs are some of the greatest teachers on this subject. So what I'm really saying is it's not far away. It's not buried deep in you. It's just covered most of the time. If your legs are close together, spread your legs. If your hands are folded or your arms are crossed, spread your arms. See the difference in just those small things? It's amazing the difference the small things make. Now try this. Just slightly lift your head upward. Tilt your head back on your neck. Just tilting upward slightly, without any big effort, without crimping your neck. Just lifting up, just looking up, just pointing upward. Makes you more open instantly. Can you feel that? But our habit is to not point upward. People might think you're strange if you walk around with your head's tilted slightly upward much of the time. It's not an accident that heaven is conceived above us and hell below us. These are mind thoughts, but nevertheless, there's something in it of how it's conceived. It's not an accident. We're trained to think in terms of higher and lower. When your attention is moved upward, you become more open instantly. You're more available to joy instantly. Little things like this, and your entire mood shifts. Now, if you really want to see a dramatic difference, raise your arms up to the sky. Open your arms out. And hold your hands palm up to the sky. Feel the difference? This is the position of joy. Reaching the God is the position of joy. The attention going upward is attention toward joy. Notice how different it feels. And whenever you like, you can put your arms back down. It's up to you, whenever. But definitely notice the difference that just a gesture makes. Just how you hold your body. It's very difficult having depressing thoughts, negative thoughts, when your face is turned toward the sky. It's almost impossible when your arms are outstretched toward the sky. Most Native American cultures have a greet the sun morning prayer that everyone does. They stand on the highest place that's close to their house, and they turn their face upward. They open their arms to the sky and they greet the sun. And they thank God for the new day. This is great wisdom. This is knowing how to call forth joy at the beginning of every day. Can you contact joy within you? Joy is a strong force of attraction. God is more attracted to you. Truth is more attracted to you. if you're in contact with joy. Everything is more attractive if joy is present. Not blocked, not covered over. If joy is being meditated on. So you can do this in daily life. Every time you notice, and you notice many times in a day, how you're having a negative thought, how you're focused on something that is depressing, how you're saying something negative to yourself. That can become a cue to turn your thoughts to thoughts of joy. To taking just those few seconds of noticing and contacting joy within you, instead of going along with the problem thought, the negative thought, the unsatisfactory idea, the feeling of something not being right. You can immediately stop that feeling. You can immediately stop that thought in the moment, dead in its tracks, and replace it with a moment of contacting joy. That's changing your meditation in midstream, changing the negative habitual meditation into a positive one. Doesn't take any special ability, doesn't take a college degree, doesn't take great skill as a meditator. It just takes the willingness to see how easy it is. And not let the mind sidetrack you into, oh, that's dumb. Or it's not natural. Or all the things the mind says to keep joy covered over. Because the more joy is around, the more it comes out in you, the less role the mind has in your life. The mind is there because joy is not. Everybody knows this. At times when you've been very joyous, has there ever been much mind in those moments? Everybody can see that. Can you contact joy right now, even more? Can you allow yourself to feel it without judging it as good or bad or stupid or artificial or anything else? Just allow joy to come up, whatever way that can happen for you. See how much you can allow joy in just a few minutes. See how wide it can spread in your body and all over you and all around you and all through you, without worrying about the effect. Well, what if I start laughing? What if I start dancing? Don't worry. The society has you well trained. You don't have to worry. See how much joy you can allow in this ordinary moment. And it may not feel natural. It may feel strange because we don't do this. We expect joy to come from something in life that we do. And this is the basic misunderstanding. It's not what we do. What we do gives us the excuse. What we do puts us in a frame of mind where we can allow the joy. But you can allow it anytime. You can allow it right now. You can allow it in the morning. You can allow it in the afternoon. You can allow it at night. You can allow it whenever you're willing and choose to allow it. And every moment you allow joy is a moment well spent, is a moment closer to truth. Is absolutely 100% literally a moment closer to God. See if you can let a joyous music rise up in you.
Ashucha Keshava Shri Radha Madhava Jaya Jaya Vrindavaneshwari. 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 Radha Tapta Kanchana Shri Ganahangi Radhe Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Radha Tapta Kanchana Shri Ganahangi Radhe Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Vrishabhana Sute Devi Devi Pranamami Hari Hari Hari. Vrishabhana Sute Devi Devi Pranamami Hari Hari Hari. Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 Shri Radhe 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 Radhe.
Quiet joy is your natural state. If God is love, how can the state of that be anything other than joy? Joy is the real worship. Joy is the real prayer. The conventional idea is that prayer is complaining to God so that He gives you what you want. The prayer God hears the loudest is joy. In fact, you are meant to sing and dance. You're meant to engage in joy-producing activities, the most effective of which are singing and dancing. You may have thought it was sex, but it's actually singing and dancing. This is why music has such a powerful effect on almost everybody. Very few exceptions. Ask 10,000 people, do you like music? How many are going to say no? Two is the answer. One who's very depressed and one who's just plain nuts. The other 9,998 will say, sure, well, who doesn't like music? But have you ever given any thought to why everybody likes music? Because it's the natural expression of your natural joy. Because when you're listening to music you like, you're closer to joy. It just draws you closer. You have an excuse. can allow yourself to feel it without any cultural sanction. Well, now you're supposed to be serious, or now you're supposed to be working, or now you're supposed to get something done. Everybody knows listening to music, you're supposed to be relaxed and enjoying it. So you have an excuse for joy. All I'm saying to you is you don't need an excuse. You can drop the conventional teaching that we're all imbued with, that you need a reason for joy. That you're supposed to do this and that and the other all day long, but joy is not part of the itinerary. That's what you've been taught. That's what everybody's been taught, at least in this culture. So see through that, how poor that teaching is. And really how unnecessary. Teaching everybody to dampen their own natural joy, what good can come of that? See how much you can see through the idea. The teaching that joy is separate from everything else, that it's a special moment. Unhappy people came up with that idea, and it took hold, at least in our culture. Remember, our culture was started by the people who weren't known for being joyous people. They weren't the Hari Puritans. Or the Puri Krishnas. They were the frowning folks. They were actually the folks the other countries were happy to get rid of. They were a major downer. You don't have to continue that tradition, even though you've been taught to. Remember to be more joyous. If you're searching for truth, and if you're here, you must be. More joy is the quickest way. When you find truth, when it finds you totally, the result will be more joy. So you can come from the other direction. First, just do more joy. And it'll find you. Truth will feel your energy much more readily, come looking for you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna,